Hello and welcome to The Thing That's All Over. On Gary's team is a comedian and West Ham fan who comes from a football-loving area of Essex. In fact, round his way, you have to apply for planning permission not to have a Sky satellite dish. Phill Jupitus. With David and Lee is an Olympic silver medalist and former gladiator who quit the show when she realised it was only a matter of time before Ulrika got round to her. Sharron Davies. We open with our excuses round, which deals with the unconvincing reasons given by sportsmen for their equally unconvincing performances. Gary, Rory and Phill. We hark back to football's glory days, the early 90s, when Man United had failed to win the title for 25 seasons running. Here are United being especially rubbish against Southampton in 1992, a season when they handed the title to Leeds after losing 3 of their last 4 matches. But inevitably, it wasn't their fault. The person the Man United faithful blamed was none other than Rod Stewart. What we want to know is, why was the famously mean Scotsman to blame? Gary's team.
They blame Rod Stewart Rockstar because Bob Geldof wasn't available to take the blame.
Footballers are known for their love of leggy blondes, aren't they? And
We'll give you that.
so's Rod. I mean, was he tupping all their wives or something?
Was he what?
Tupping their wives, Lee.
Tupping?
It's a sexual term. You wouldn't be familiar with it.
Isn't that when a manager rings
It's what people do with sheep, Lee, which you would be familiar with. So.
What is the origin of the word tupping?
Bing Frank. Tupping. To tup is a rural term for sheep having sex. Gary.
Tupping is when a manager rings a player from another club and tries to get into his own club.
Rory.
Tup. Verb. Intransitive. Someone who tups is a tupper. What you wear while you're tupping is Tupperware.
Nick, tupping is incorrect.
Wasn't it something to do with the fact he had concerts on the pitch and basically ruined it, and they blamed the fact that the surface was spoiled?
Is correct for 3 points. Yeah. Here's Manchester United fan spokesman Southey to explain the nature of Rod's crime.
In the summer of '91, United allowed Rod Stewart to play a concert on our sacred turf. The pitch was in a bad enough state as it is, even worse after. That's the reason why United lost the lead to Leeds. Thanks, Rod.
OK, I can understand that a Rod Stewart concert at Old Trafford might have harmed the pitch and that it delayed some vital reseeding work. But what I can't understand is, how come that bloke had a Manchester accent? David, Lee and Sharron, we take you back to this year's World Snooker Championships. Welshman Darren Morgan was busy thrashing world number 1, Stephen Hendry, when all of a sudden he started playing like this. This time, the man to blame, apparently, was Prince Nassim Hamed. So why was Naz held responsible for Darren Morgan's defeat? David's team.
This is very fortunate, actually.
Oh, God.
No, I was actually there at that match, and
You were the cue ball.
Yeah. And Gary, you were 2 of the pockets, weren't you? Were you actually there?
No, of course I wasn't there, Nick. I was just pulling your plonker.
Oh, right.
Nazim was there?
Yes, he was.
Was he possibly next on the table? Winner stays on, so he's taking his 20p down?
We should do that with boxing, actually. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? That'd be fantastic.
He's a little tiny bloke, isn't he, Prince?
Wait, no, he's not that size.
Well, I don't know, mate. Do you know what I mean? If he's a little tiny bloke, was he perhaps in Darren Morgan's pants doing some bag work?
Well, if you had Frank Rooney in your pants, your bollocks would probably win.
Actually, when you think about it, if you suddenly saw Frank Bruno in your pants, that'd be quite shocking, wouldn't it, really? Because how big would your pants have to be? Tell us, Phil.
Well, Frank, what do you think of conditions in the big fella's pants? Well, Harry, it's a little bit moist, but I don't mind it.
So you've got to start off with a laugh. It's like, hot, hot, hot. Going from there, go on.
No, that's Elvis. Come on.
Right,
The
that
Henry
wasn't
fan.
it.
Henry
So he's shouted something to Hendry, and he's put him off.
Did he shout out to Hendry, "Oh, Hendry, I've got big gloves, I can do all your spots in one."
Yeah, I'll have to give it you. In fact, Prince Nassim, who is a friend of Stephen Hendry's, actually turned up and put Morgan off in person. Here's Darren Morgan to explain with the help of world super middleweight champion Joe Calzaghe.
I was 6-4 up on Stephen Hendry in the quarterfinals of the World Championships, and in walked Prince Nassim with a silver puffer jacket on, made him look just like a little spaceman. Into the front row of the press box he went and continuously put me off. I decided the end of that match, that was it with the Q, and I've been in training ever since with Joe, and I'm coming to get you, Naz.
Go on, Darren. So, at the end of that round, Gary's team have 3 points, and so indeed did David's team.
Thank you.
Now, before we go any further,
No, it's not true.
are you sure? There's been rumours that Gary's going back to Japan to play for Grand Passat. Is it definitely not true?
He's
You
going
might
back
be.
to play for Spurs.
Because there was a
not
Grand
going back to
Passat fan on telly, and this was his reaction to seeing that Lineker might be coming back. Okay, Sporting Bluff is our next round, where the teams try to work out which two of their opponents are being economical with the truth and which one is being honesty itself. Gary's team, your subject is 3 times US Masters and 3 times Open champion Nick Faldo.
This to be champion. There you.
Nick Faldo burst into tears on TV when he was fined £50.
Nick Faldo burst into tears on TV when his wife, doesn't say which one, had an affair with Noel Edmonds.
Nick Faldo burst into tears on TV when someone teased him about his haircut. Shut it.
So, did Nick get all weepy because he was fined 50 quid, someone poked fun at his hairstyle, or someone with a beard poked Mrs. Faldo?
How low would you have to be in your life to turn around to Noel for a bit of comfort, wouldn't you?
Nick
Listen,
Faldo's
he's a
wife.
very attractive man, and I want you to leave it alone.
That must have been a really great episode of Swap Shop. I wonder what Faldo got for her.
What was your Sharon? Yours is about
50 quid. Fine.
Sharon, can I just say something to you? When a bloke asks you a question, never reply 50 quid.
He got fined 50 quid for being caught in the rough with an iron, did you say?
It could be the Noel Edmonds one, couldn't it? Why don't we ask Mr. Blobby? But which one?
Phil, can you sit down? I'm running out of sunblock.
I think it's Sharron. There's something in my head that says he did cry once because of a fine.
Okay, you say Sharon's right. Let's have a look to see if you are. Indeed, well done. And just for our entertainment, let's see Nick Faldo blub.
I don't know if the public can hear this. Can you believe that Greg Norman and myself and Ken Brown have been fined £50 for slow play? Now, I believe on the telly that they said, you know, possibly today. God, that's it.
Well, Nick, I'm sure we're all very sorry about that.
It's like an hour tune, wasn't it? That's all I needed in the background.
Only 50 quid for making golf last longer. They should bring back the birch for that. David's team, it's the Cameroon's most famous goal bagger for you, Roger Miller.
Roger Miller organised the football tournament for one-legged players.
Roger Miller organised a football tournament for a cannibal tribe.
Roger Miller organised a football tournament for pygmies.
So, David's team, did Roger Miller organise a football tournament for monopeds, cannibals or pygmies?
Did he organise a football match for cannibals and then it went into extra time, so it became a football match for one-legged players?
Yeah, forget the oranges.
You won't want to be
He's got a sweet
substitute.
left foot. Yeah, that's enough now.
Well, they have stock cubes in the bath at the end of it, do they?
Do you reckon if cannibals play a pre-season friendly, they just lick? And then they have like the team meal after the game, you know, and they carry on the same terminology. Pass the salt over here, on my head.
Well, you can imagine the chants, can't you, the football chants during the Cannibals game?
No.
I'm going to try, you know, like, who's in all the pies? You're going home in a tasty casserole.
What happens though if the one-legged team win? Actually, do they get legless after they've finished? I mean, they can only have a knee up, can't they? Really? They can't...
Who's got the pygmies?
Pygmies? Well,
I can't remember.
Rory.
If a pygmy gets sent off, does he go for an early sink?
What do you think on pygmies, really? No, actually, we should get the audience. We'll take a vote, shall we? So, we're going for backup here. If you think it's pygmies, say yo. 1, 2, 3. Aye. If you think it's cannibals, say yo. 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's going for the one-legged team. If you think it's one-legged team, go yo. 1, 2, 3. Yo! We kind of think it's the one-legged team.
No, we think it's the pygmies.
No.
I don't trust him.
Yes, working class people, take the notice of it.
I couldn't shout loud enough to get that joke in. He wasn't going to let me have it.
I'm staying here.
Oh!
I refuse to rejoin until I lead my people in a revolution.
Lee, when Lenin talked about joining the working classes to attack people, I don't think he was talking about game shows.
Oh, fair point. Yeah, right.
So you're going for pygmies on a unilateral decision then, are you?
Just got booed, David.
Well, it's...
So reminded you of Lords.
Pygmies was Rory.
You
Let's see if you're right.
Scum.
Yes.
Well done, Captain.
So,
What's the matter with you lot? What's the matter with you lot dissing this bloke? He knows what he's talking about. You scum.
You just proves you cannot trust the electorate.
You can't trust him.
So Rory was being honest for once. In 1993, in Cameroon, Roger Miller organised a football competition involving pygmies from all over the country. Apparently, Miller got into trouble, and this is true, for jailing the players between games and allowing them no food. The pygmy tournament was a great success. Over 100,000 fans flowed in under the turnstiles. So at the end of that round, David's team have 6 and Gary's team have 6. We crack on with our photo opportunities round, where we show the teams a couple of dodgy-looking publicity pictures and ask for an explanation. David's team, you're first. Take a look at this. That's former Scotland striker and top Sky Sports pundit Andy Gray, dressed up in a tutu. But why?
Sharon, did you used to swim the butterfly?
I did, yes.
Does anybody here swim the butterfly? Can you not believe that that stroke was based on drowning? You know what I mean? What was the furthest you ever swam in a race?
Oh, 800 metres.
How long did that take you?
8 minutes 40.
Did you ever pee in the pool?
even in professional as well, you know, top-class swimming, do you still have afterwards ice, gems and Bovril? Well, we always did that. So, Andy Gray.
Is this Andy Gray or is it Ginger Spice without the makeup? He's been commentating on a 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
Can we have a clue?
It's a sort of a tribute to someone else. There's a clue.
A tribute to someone else.
Ginger Rogers?
Oh, hang on a minute.
Does she?
Is it anything to do with Freddie Starr?
Well,
I will give you 3 points for that, yeah? 3 points, yeah. Well, the reason Andy Gray dressed up as a fairy was to demonstrate that he is Freddie Starr's biggest fan. Andy Gray was famous throughout his playing career for putting his head where other people stick their feet. In fact, he was once out for 3 months after trying to kick-start a motorbike. So, Gary, here's your photo. That's Ali McCoist, Sharron Davies, a set of bagpipes and a pint of beer. But why?
Right, see, because you've got Ali McCoist there, he's looking very, very disappointed. Was his horoscope that morning? Did it say, a lady will help you put something long and hard somewhere wet? And as you can see, he's obviously not best pleased with the results.
Can the beer play the bagpipes?
That would be a crazy episode of Stars in Their Eyes. Tonight, Pint of Heavy, you are the Royal Scots Dragoon Guard.
Amazing Grolsch. Mild of Kintyre.
We're on your specialist subject now.
Only Rory would have a stock of bagpipes drinking beer. There's up coming, Andy, you mark my words.
Scottish National Pub Week. Was it something Pub Week?
I should point out
Actually, that's a point. You're in the bloody photo, aren't you?
I was intoxicated. I don't know.
Frankly, I don't care what's happened in this game. I'm now armed with the information that Sharron Davies will hold your bag when she's pissed.
I'm going to hand it across. Considering Sharon's in the photo, if you don't get it exactly, you don't get the bonus point.
Well, that's not fair, is it? I think it was Scottish Pub Week.
No. The answer is that the pair were promoting Glasgow Pub Week, which is about as necessary as having an England cricket defeat week. It's a week when the pubs are open all day and everyone in Glasgow goes out and gets blind drunk. And if you missed it, there are another 51 pub weeks. And just in case you thought Glasgow Pub Week was the only good cause that Sharron was prepared to devote her time to, she's also been kind enough to endorse National Shark Week, National Chip Week, National Sausage Week, National Cake Week, National Board Game Week, National Pelvic Week, and what I can only presume is National Hand Transplant Week. There's no point in covering up there!
That's a big one there.
Oh, that's great. We're the only ones.
This has been beamed out to 10 million people. Covering up there doesn't help.
I can't believe you went out and bought a bra like that.
So at the end of that round, Gary's team have 6 points and David's team have 9. It's time now for our Phill the Sportsman round, where our regulars put on a pair of blindfolds and run their fingers over a couple of sporting celebrities. Gary and Rory, your Phils?
It was Gary's birthday yesterday and he's got a new pair of Doc Marten boots. Look at these. They didn't come with instructions, unfortunately.
They're magic boots that help him play just like his old hero of yesteryear, Gary's boots.
Oh, dear.
No, Auntie, I've lost my boots and we've got a big match against Manchester United. Without his magic boots, will Gary win the game?
So, blindfolds on. You have 90 seconds to tell us who's standing between you. And can we have our first mystery guest, please? And your 90 seconds start now.
Oh. So it's not Sharron then. Oh, hello.
Oh.
I've got swollen hands. It happened to me for a while, actually, but...
Oh, I know that chest. Is it ginger spice?
Hang on, I'll just check. No, it's sporty spice. It's a boxer.
Oh, well done.
Boxers.
It's going to be a boxer or the Elephant Man, wasn't it?
Because Gary was saying earlier that boxing's a puffs game, didn't you, Gary? What a boring...
Thanks,
what a
Rory.
boring sport for puffs, you said. But I like it. I think it's a good, manly game. I wish I was a boxer.
Feel free, mate. Go for it.
Wacky.
No, hang on.
Yeah, but Rory, but you said you could have any of them. They're all tossers.
It's all right, you can hit Gary. He won't go down. It isn't a penalty.
I didn't say that.
Boxers.
Now, we were talking
not
about
you,
boxers
Banks,
earlier on.
that's
Who were we talking about earlier? It was not Nazi. It's not Prince.
That's
Is it?
Robin Reed or Joe Calzaghe.
Well done. Okay, gents. Lee and David, could you get to your places, please?
See you in a moment.
Okay, can we have our second mystery guest, please? Oh, no. I think the towel was for them.
Excuse me. Hang on. Excuse me, last time we were doing this...
Sorry, Sharon. Sharon, yes.
Last time we were doing this, you let me get up there and feel the personalities. Have I got and close my eyes?
No. Go on, then. You can have 5 minutes. Now, we don't so much need a name as a title. If you get the name, that's great, but it's a title we're looking for.
Queen Mother. Lord Young.
David, you may be touching some things you've never touched before. And your 90 seconds start now.
Let's get ready to rumble! Oh, my God. Dave, what about do me a favour, go around the back, see if he's got a bicycle pump up his arse. Dave, listen up, I don't want to worry you, but I've been over quite a bit so far and I haven't felt any clothing yet. I'm a little bit worried.
Nick, you're right about these things I haven't touched before.
Hang on, what? It's a bloke who runs my local kebab shop. Jesus Christ!
No, it's not him either.
He's got no shoes on. He's got to be. He's.
No shoes on. Is it Gandhi?
I'll tell you.
Sandy Shaw, what's happened to you? All right, it's got to be
If it's Gandhi,
Mr.
let's put on
Universe.
No.
Mr. Ballum.
Well,
No.
Mr.
Well, whatever it is, we'll certainly call
Mr.
him
Great
Mr.
Britain.
Yes.
Mr. Great Britain.
Eddie Adu. And so, at the end of that round, Gary's team have 9 points and David's team have 12. We end, as usual, with the tutu-wearing, pygmy-jailing name game. The winning team goes first, which is David's team at the moment. Sharon, could you pass those to Lee, please? As many names as you can in the next 90 seconds. Starting now.
Dart player.
Eric Bristow?
Correct. Footballer, Chelsea, I think. Little tiny bloke.
Zola.
No, littler again.
Smaller?
Yeah. Eric and Ernie, more command.
Wise.
First name.
Oh, what's his name?
Dirty.
Dirty Dick. What?
Dirty. No, not Dirty Dick. No,
What's his name?
Dirty. EastEnders, Dirty.
Den. Is.
Right, correct. Right, swimmer. Swimmer.
There's lots of swimmers.
I know there are. Too many for my liking. Swimmers, her surname, last word of her surname is like a fortress, but it's not. It's
Hardcastle.
Correct, blimey, that was good. Oh, God. First name is, no, second name is like something Cliff, a film actor. Something Cliff. Correct, yeah.
Montgomery.
Yeah, first name is, correct. There you go. You're very good at this, aren't you, actually? First name is like James Bond, Connery. First name is...
Sean.
And second name is, oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Finger in the...
Dyke.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, blimey, that was handy. Hockey player, it's Connery again, first name.
Sean.
Second name, down here.
Curly.
Correct.
That was a bit quick.
Another swimmer, his surname is like the telescope up in space. It's the...
Long
not
way.
Bubble, it's...
Hubble.
and his first
Phill.
name, correct. Oh, God. Surname, it's a golfer, female golfer, surname. The second syllable...
So you moved on to 19, 10 to draw level, 11 to win. Pass those to Rory, please.
Yeah.
Your 90 seconds start now. Go.
The new manager of Spurs.
Christian Gross.
Tennis player shaved his chest.
Andre Agassi.
Player for West Ham. His dad used to play for them as well.
Frank Lampard Jr.
It's a rugby player. Rowan Atkinson played a historical character.
Blackadder.
Yeah. And his first name.
Oh, I think Black.
Yeah.
Blackadder.
Todd
Blackadder.
Cameroon player.
Roger Miller.
No, last name is when you're on the
Job.
Paul.
What's his other
Yeah.
name? Job.
something you want is something you
desire. Desiree.
Yeah. And his
Desiree.
first name is
That's enough, isn't it?
Jesus, Mary, and
Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph Desiree.
He's a pool player, fictional, but apparently it's
Minnesota Fats.
Thank you.
Keep going.
This is an athlete. His first name is one of the Argonauts, leader of the Argonauts.
Jason
And
Monkey
his
Brain.
second name is first part of his second name you'd probably associate with Gary.
Jason
Gary.
Is.
No.
Jason.
Not very interesting.
Dull.
Yeah.
There's something is with you. There's
Tedious.
Something is
Dull
full.
force.
Yeah. A snooker player. First name.
And so at the end of that round, Gary's team have 16, but the winners this week are David's team with 19. So our thanks to Gary, Rory and Phill, David, Lee and Sharron. We were off to persuade Rod Stewart to do a 50-date tour at Old Trafford. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Stay with us here on BBC One. Clive Anderson talks to John McEnroe and John Goodman next. Nick Hancock poses more quizzical questions in this BBC book and video, available now.